There's the logo, Rhinestones R Us. Matter of fact, let me just change this blue right here to a brighter blue. There we go. Rhinestones R Us Plus. Okay. So what I'm going to do is, let's open up a new Corel Draw document. I got it pretty much set pretty wide because I do all over sublimation. There we go. So first what we need is, I already have it, oh my bad, let me connect my hard drive back up. Gotta do that real quick, y'all. Plug this bad boy in. Come on. There we go. Let it load up real quick. Excellent Dreamz. So I went to Google and I typed in Toys R Us vector, and I got these two vectors right here, which is the Toys R Us logo and the giraffe logo, the Jeffrey the giraffe. I bring them in like so. I separate them. I move them outside of my workspace. Next, what I do is I right click on Jeffrey. I hit clip art. And there he is. Boom. Or there she is. She got lashes off, so I guess it's a female. But hey, I don't know. Next, let's right click on the Toys R Us. Outline trace. Clip art. It's looking good right there. Hit OK. Now, next what I want to do is right click on the Toys R Us and ungroup all objects. Here's why I ungroup all objects. Because if you go up here to the wireframe inside of Corel, boom, as you can see, there was still a white box that we would not have normally seen. See right here, let's change it. Let's click on this white area like so and change that to pink. Let's click on this other white side over here and change that to, see, there was a box around it. Let's get rid of that box. We don't need that. There's also this white spot right here, which is also another object, and this is another object. Right now we need this star, so let's change that to cream or pink so I can see it, and get rid of this black inside the O. We don't need that. Upon quick observation, this R right here, I guess it got cut off, so let's get rid of those two nodes to smoothen it back out so that it's not flat right there. See, I curved it. Let's do that again with this corner of this S, or this side of this S. Boom. Smoothing those two sides out like so. Now what we want to do is always remember to save your work, folks. Toys R Us tutorial. Boom. Now we got it saved. That Toys R Us is ready to go. So we can drag that Toys R Us in. I like to right click it and make a copy. And boom. There's Toys R Us. Next, let's right click and ungroup all objects for Jeffrey the giraffe. And of course, we don't need this yellow box around him. Let's get rid of that. Let's make Jeffrey a little taller, like so. And drop him down. We can even drop him right here and hit this B at the bottom of the Rhinestone wizard, and that sends him to the back of that R. Now, if we were using vinyl to cut this out, we would have to trim the R through Jeffrey so that it doesn't overlap like such. Or, you know, you can just layer it on top of each other and you'll never see it. Okay? So let's see here. Let's save our work again. Now, based on the other one that I did, I changed I added the word rhinestones in that Toys R Us font. Let me show y'all how I did it though. I'll be familiar with how I did it. So there's a Google is your friend. So go to Google. Once you're at the main screen of Google, type in Toys R Us font. That brings up a lot of different fonts. So the first one that came up was this Toys R Us fonts in font space. And as you can see, it brings up two fonts. The Toy Sans by 538 fonts and the Auto Toy by 538 fonts. They look similar, but they're different. You know, they use the same U, the same R, but they use a lowercase I. So what I did was I hit this download right here and it downloaded the font. Next, you're going to go to your downloads and find those fonts. There's the Auto Toy font and there's the Toy Sans font. So double click on it. It'll open up the zip file and double click on Auto Toy font and it brings up this screen here, the font installer. If I hit install right now, it'll say the Auto Toy font is already installed. Do you want to replace it? I can hit yes or no, but I'll hit no right now because I already have it installed. So once you have it installed into your computer, you go back to CorelDRAW and using the Rhinestone Wizard plugin, you'll hit this arrow at the top left to bring out the font tab, and you'll type in AUTO. Auto. There it is. Auto Toy font. So let's type out Rhinestones. And you type out Rhinestones basically by selecting over here on your tool selections. You select the text tool. They also have a shortcut for it, which is F8. But click the text tool. As you can see, there's an A with a plus that populates in the middle of the screen. You click it and you start typing. See? Boom. I just typed in Rhines. So let's click on this rhinestone here that we typed out already. And from here, we want to go to our font tab in the design wizard and click on that Auto Toy font. Boom. It didn't change it. So let's do it like this. I already had it selected. So click on Rhinestones. Go over here and type in A and go down to Auto Toy font. There it is. Click it. Boom. There it is. Rhinestones. Rhinestones. Now I like that. That's kind of slick. But let's try the other font. So let's copy it. And then go here and type in Toy. There it is. The Toy Sans. Click on it. There we go. Now we have both fonts up. We have the Toy Sans at the bottom and the Auto at the top. As you can see, they're similar but different. I went with the thicker one because when you're using stones, you want to use thicker fonts. It makes your life a lot easier. You can use fancy cursive fonts, you know. It just may take you a little longer to actually get the desired result. See, now I did both of those over there on my old, the one I did last night. So let's just bring them over here and paste them. Copy and paste, copy and paste. That's if anyone is following along. I'm not quite sure. Let me go back. Let me see real quick. So, alright, looks like I have one person watching. That could be me. I'm not sure. But let's continue along. This video will be saved in the group for people to watch it at their leisure. So here we are. Toys R Us. And if we look at the other one, looks like there's a circle behind Jeffrey. Looks like rhinestones are curved around that circle. And if I actually change this background to a gray, you can see there is an outline on Jeffrey. Boom. So let's make that circle. Let's bring it up just below his ears. Yeah, let's do that. So we come over to our text tools, or our tools on the side, and we'll grab the Ellipse Tool. And we're using the Ellipse Tool. Of course, you can just click and drag, and you know you can change the dimensions of the circle depending on which way you drag or how much you drag. But you can hold down Control and it creates a perfect circle. Or you can hold down Shift and it pretty much creates that same circle. Not a perfect circle, but it does it from the center point, the anchor point in the middle. And I believe if you hold down Shift and Control, yep, it gives you a perfect circle anchored from the middle. Alright. So we have our circle. Let's bring it down to about right there. And let's make it blue. Boom. Where's Jeffrey? We can't see Jeffrey anymore. Well, click on that blue circle and push it to the back of the design. Now, we can see it. Now, also what I did was, what's going on right here? Oh, that was been a little piece left to the background. Okay? Save your work, folks. Save your work. So next, what I did, as you can see, is I put an outline around that, which is a dark outline. As you can see, the inside of this is actually white. So let's go back to over here. We want that outline. There's two ways you can do it. You know what I mean? One way to do it is to click on the circle, hold down Shift, select one of these outer edges. Well, this point here, hold down Shift and drag it, and then right click. Boom. It made another circle. This one, let's change that to yellow. And if we take that yellow circle and push it to the back of the page, boom. Now you see there's an outline of yellow behind Jeffrey. Now we can take and click on that and move it, and it's a whole yellow circle. Control Z it back. It's just the outline to the blue. So we know that yellow is a complete circle. That blue is a complete circle. There's just two circles laid on top of each other like so to create the outline effect. I just Control Z'd it back to where I was at, and let's save the work, folks. Alright, let's actually move this Toys R Us out the way. We don't need it right now. Actually, all we do need is the R Us part. So, let me drag that. I can delete that actually. We just need this part. The toys are us. Rhinestones are us. I'll leave that right there for now. Save my work. Okay. Now this is 16.158 by 16.158. If we were putting it on a t-shirt, that would be too big. Way too big. Let me do this right now. Let me select the blue. Hold down shift, select the yellow so that we have them both selected like such. And I'm going to hold down shift and bring it, make it smaller just a little bit, because I want it to look like he's coming out of the circle. Now what I want to do is I want to take Jeffrey, highlight the entire, because each little piece in here is actually an object, as you can see. They're actually little objects put together to create the image. So right now, what I want to do is highlight Jeffrey, right click on it, and just group all of those objects together. So that way, if I click on it, he's all together. Let's save our work, folks. Next, what I want to do, I'll show you over here, is I actually have the outline closing Jeffrey off, so it looks like he's poking his head out of a hole or something. You know, that's why I made it bigger than the outline. Made the ears pop out. Made the, you see that? It looks like he's in a, let's try it like this. Let's do it like this. Boom, let's change that to black, and then let's push it to the front, like so. See? Now it looks like he's popping his head out of a hole. Alright, let's push it to the back of the page. Let's push that to the back. There we go. Alright, so in order to do that effect to where it looks like his head is popping out of a hole, what I use is I click on this, click on Jeffrey, send him to the back. Well, put him back to the front. To achieve that, what I did was I created a rectangle around the areas that will pop out, which created this boundary box right here. So once I use my smart fill tool, I can use the smart fill tool. Well, actually, let's send Jeffrey to the back. Boom. I'll use the smart fill tool and smart fill just this area that we see of the yellow. Because if I delete my box, it looks like that. We have the yellow part at the bottom, the yellow part at the top, and then we have our smart filled object right here. We're going to use that smart fill object to, let's bring Jeffrey back to the front so that we can see him. We're going to use this gray area to hold down, click on the gray, hold down shift, click on the giraffe, and then let's trim. So basically we're using this gray line to pretty much trim the bottom of his neck, like so. Boom. And as you can see, it trimmed it and curved it to meet that circle. So now he looks like he's popping his head out of a hole. I can get rid of the smart fill line. I no longer need that. Boom. Now it's a total outline. Oh, excuse me. Looks like Jeffrey is popping his head out of the design. And actually, if we click on him, we can make it just a little bigger, like so. Cool beans, y'all. Let's save our work and moving right along. Next, I had rhinestones in this blue area. As you can see, if we were to rhinestone that area up right now by going to our place and fill tab, Inside, add stones. No islands. Leave everything else pretty much the same. And hit hatch fill. It's going to hatch fill all over Jeffrey's. It's going to hatch fill that entire blue circle over Jeffrey. Yeah, that's not what we want, folks. That's not what we want at all. So let's Control Z back. I think I gotta Control Z it one more time. Also, you can hit this arrow to undo the last process down here in the design wizard. Boom. So in order to achieve that effect that we're looking for, we actually have to take Jeffrey, click on Jeffrey, hold down shift, click on the blue, and trim Jeffrey through the blue, like so. So now we just have an object that looks like this. Boom. Also, as you can see, there's little parts that is still left in there. I guess I can click on it and right click, but they're still there. See? So what you want to do is sometimes after you trim an object through another object, it leaves all of this. So we just want the trim of Jeffrey, but we don't need like this part, all of this inside of his ear. So we can delete all of that. Right here, we can delete that, you know. We just want the outline of Jeffrey. So in here, this inside line right here, that can go. All of this right there, that can go. That can go. And this going down his ear, we can just click on those nodes and delete those. So now we have just the perfect outline of Jeffrey. Boom. That's what we need. As you can see now, if I drag it out, all of that, well, we got that little bit right there, a little bit up in here. So let's fix that. Double click on it again. Here we go. Those nodes down there, we don't need those. And I believe it was something up here. Where was it at? Got to zoom in. There it is. Boom. Delete that. Save your work. Control S. Save your work, folks. So now we have that circle behind Jeffrey. That's actually a cutout that works perfect. Now, when we click on it and we do our hatch fill, it just hatch fills the area inside the blue that's behind Jeffrey. Let's clear our paths using the paths from the selected objects and merge overlapping stones. Let Corel work his magic, folks. Or should I say, let the Rhinestone Wizard work its magic. And there we have it. Let's change the color of all of those stones to, let's just go white for now. Boom. Let's change the background to like a red. There we go. The back of Jeffrey is rhinestoned out now. And I like it. Control S, save your work. Next, what we want to do is let's drag our rhinestone font here. Let's drag it over. I like to drag and right click. And if you click on it and right click and drag it down to the yellow line, that circle appears. See how it went from a crosshair and then the circle appears. Once the circle appears, let it go, and then you get some options. Move here, copy fill here, copy outline here, all of that. But what we want is the fit text to path. Click on it. Boom. Now it fit that text to that path around that circle. If we drag it the corner like this, we can make it bigger. When we drag it in, we can make it smaller. So let's drag it out. Drag it out. Let's make it a little bigger. I think I made it like that, coming all the way around. Let me see. Yes, I brought it all the way down to his neckline, so the R and the S is below his lip. So let's do that. Drag it. The R and the S is below his lip, like so. Next, what you want to do is, up here at the top, you have a few options. You have the text orientation. If you click on the text orientation, you can change it. As you can see, right now, have that curved around the circle. Choose the next one. See, look at that one. Don't like that one. I like the first one. Maybe the second one. They look pretty similar, but we'll go with the first one. Alright, the next section is the distance from path. So I wanted to move it off of that path. You see how the letters came off of that yellow circle? Let's go back. Let's go back. So what I did was, let's go back one more time. See, the letters are actually touching the circle. For the most part, that's what they look like. They're touching the circle. So if we go up here, the distance from path, the higher you make the distance, the further away it'll be from that line. So right now it's at 0.05. We can go all the way up to 3.7. I mean, we can go all the way up and just curve it. It's 8.4 inches away from that line now. But we don't need that much. We just need it real subtle. The 0.05 works for me. Let's go, even go 0.04. 0.04 looks good. Boom. Now what we want to do is right click on it and convert the curves. So now I can drag it and move it away from the design. Alright, I Control Z to back because that's where we want it. And let's save our work, folks. Next thing I want to do is I want to take Jeffrey, hold down Shift, select Rhinestones, and trim Jeffrey through that rhinestone part, as you can see right here. So we got this ear. And let's see. Control Z and back. I didn't like how that happened. So let's actually right click, ungroup Jeffrey now. And we'll just use this outline, hold down Shift, trim the outline through there. Then use this part, hold down Shift, select Rhinestones, and trim it through there. But it still did it like that. I'm not liking how that looks. Not liking how that looks at all, y'all. It came out right on this side, but on this side, it split his ear. Not sure why it split its ear. Can I go in there and fill it with the Smart Tool? Boom. That's cool. That works for me. And let's weld it to the rest, like so. So why is it doing that? Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Let me see. Let's drag that out. Boom. So that's that E coming through there. Oh, that must have still been, I see now. That must have still been a part of that last object, y'all. So there we go. Get rid of all of that. Perfect. Say the work. Cool beans. Now let's click on the rhinestones and let's do a hatch fill on that rhinestone part, like so. Just going to hatch fill it with stones left to right. Let's clear the paths. Merge overlapping stones. Let Corel and the Rhinestone Wizard work his magic once again. All it's doing is merging any overlapping stones in the software so that it's a pretty cohesive stone design. And sometimes, depending on how many stones that you have in your design, this can take quite some time. So we just let it work its magic. La-dee-dee, la-dee-da. It's almost done, as you can tell by the blue bar here at the bottom. Now that it's done, let's just change that color to this cyan. As you can see, if we move the black, that looks pretty good in rhinestones. Let's change all those rhinestones where you can see it. It definitely looks great. Let's Control Z that back. I'm liking it. I'm loving it. We can fix this little gap right here. Get rid of those circles there. And get rid of all of those circles there. And just click on one circle. Hold down Shift. Click on the next circle. And go to the Edit tab in the Design Wizard. That's the power of the program. Hit the Fill Between Two. Boom. Fills it in nicely. But you have to remember to clear the paths. There should be a path in there, but there isn't. But I like to clear one anyway, because for some reason, all of those stones will still be stuck together if you did. It's looking good to me. Save our work, folks. Now, for the most part, if I just drag this R Us and drag it up, that's done. You know, it's pretty much looking good. But of course, we had our Rhinestones R Us. I guess that was a little bigger. Boom. And I brought it over the outline, you know, just a little bit. And what I did was, I just did a hatch fill on the letters. Go back to my Place and Fill tab. Do a hatch fill on that R. Clear the paths. Merge overlapping stones. Told you the merge part takes a little bit of time. Let's change those to this pretty blue up here. Let's do the same for the U, which we do a hatch fill. Clear paths. Merge overlapping stones. Now our U is done. Let's change that to this lime green down here. Now for the S, we'll do a hatch fill on that as well. Clear the paths. Merge overlapping stones. And let's change those to that pink. Like so. So if we just selected all of the stones inside of the design, and we drug them out to the side like so, can see, there's the rhinestone template. Let's change all of these to something we can see, like this green. There we have it. Rhinestones R Us. I can delete that. I made a copy. I didn't need that. Just wanted to show you what it looked like without the background to it. Now for Jeffrey, what I would do is I would just come in here, select all of this white, weld it together, select the black, well, select these nose pieces. See, they're separate. So let's select that nose and that nose piece and weld it to the rest of the black. We want all that black of Jeffrey to be one piece, like so. So let's connect his ears and his eyebrow with the inside of the ear line and this eyebrow here. See, now we have it all selected. Let's weld it, change it back black. Now, I think I welded his face. Well, just that head part. Look at this. Boom. And actually, that looks good. Because we're not, well, if I was cutting this out, I would have to cut that through. But I'm just going for the visual representation because I'm not cutting it out. I'm just using it as a logo to show the rhinestones for the group. So I'll leave it like that. Leave everything like that. This design is pretty much done. Next, what I'll do is let's decide what background we want it on. So let's just put it on this black background for now. Draw a square around it, make it black, push it to the back. There we have it. Rhinestones are us. Let's make the rhinestone word. Let's do that. And clear. Clear stones. Huh? Did I call you over here? I didn't. I didn't. I didn't say, Toya, come look at this. Alright, back to what I was working on. So let's change the background to him to, let's click on one. Use this to select all of the same size and same color. And let's change that to this blue here. I think I've used that blue already. Let's use this blue. Now let's just change this background to black. There we go. Now he has a blue background. Blue stone. That's looking good, y'all. We can change this yellow to like a red. You can change it whatever color you like, pretty much. How's that looking? How's that looking? I like it. I definitely like it. And in the Rhinestone Wizard, it allows you to actually, let me show y'all real quick. This is so cool. So you can highlight the design, go to our mock-up tab, and if we were to put this on a shirt, we can easily put this on the front of a woman's shirt by going bow. Now the design is pretty huge, so it will not fit that shirt. We'll have to size it up to make it fit. But I just wanted to show y'all how powerful this program is. There it is on the shirt for a mock-up, where you can send to your customer and say, hey, here's the Rhinestones R Us shirt that you requested. with the blue stones behind him. You know, you can change the color of the shirt to black. Change the color of the shirt to whatever color you want. You can pretty much make as many mock-ups right here in the mock-up tab as you would like to show the colors that they want. Now, if that isn't powerful enough, that quick mock-up, let's add a shadow to the shirt. Click on the shirt, right-click on this white here, and it adds shading to the shirt. Did you guys see that? I don't know. The burn marks in it down here. So if I go back, boom, it's a flat shirt. But once I click on it and right click on the outline, it gives it that shading. So that's powerful enough, if you ask me. That's a powerful tool that will definitely help you excel your business, will definitely help you to close more orders, you know, to finalize more orders just by sending them a mock-up, a representative of what they want. So let's get rid of that. And actually, well, I can just go in here and manually delete these. Or I could have chopped it through and there would have never been stones right there. But sometimes when I'm doing a mock-up and I'm moving so fast, I'll just go in there and visually give them that representation. I'm just deleting all of these circles right here, y'all, so that it doesn't overlap that outline. So visually it still has that curve. Let's get rid of the back to that and the back to the S. So that is just stones. Rhinestones R Us, folks. If you definitely received value from this video, hit that like button. You know, if you haven't purchased Corel Draw yet or the Rhinestone Wizard and you really want to learn how to do rhinestone shirts, this is the easiest, simplest, the fastest way to do it, if you ask me. You know what I mean? I've seen other programs where you pretty much got to take and move a stone at a time and place this stone here, place that stone there, make sure they're centered, make sure they have the perfect distance between them. But yeah. And I'm out, folks.